Continue with the conversation this morning. We now switch gears to matters entrepreneurship. You know that entrepreneurship is a big issue right now in Kenya. A lot of young people are considering quitting formal employment or actually not joining the so-called white-collar jobs and just starting something that they can call their own. And that's a trend actually that has been seen, which is, you know, sort of like affirmed during the Global Entrepreneurship Summit that Kenya hosted for the very first time, actually coming the first country in the whole of Africa to host this very all-important event. And so joining us for the discussion this morning, we have David Chalo and also Cephas Gathii. They are from the Young Entrepreneurs Hub.
Yes.
And, sorry?
Yes, Young Entrepreneurs.
Yes, Young Entrepreneurs Hub. And today they're going to be talking to us about an upcoming event which is really going to be of interest to all young entrepreneurs in the country. This is a Young Entrepreneurs Expo. So maybe we could start off with you, Gathii. Maybe you could just break it down to us and help us understand what the Young Entrepreneurs Expo is all about and how it came about.
Well, the Young Entrepreneurs Expo is a platform where we bring together young entrepreneurs and business leaders to come and interact. And then at the same time, these business leaders are able to mentor these young people in business. And then the platform also provides a chance for these young entrepreneurs to exhibit their products. So at the end of the day, they're able to market themselves, they're able to network, and then they're able to get mentorship. So it started back in 2012 when we were still in campus. And we did the first one in Naivasha, whereby with a few classmates, we come together, we do a boot camp. Then later on, we did the second one in Mountain Mall. We had 1,500 people. It became really huge. There were amazing speakers.
So 1,500, those are exhibitors or just visitors who came for the expo itself?
The conference. Because the expo has an exhibition, and then there's the conference part. So you come and then you showcase your products at the expo. And then if you're interested, you can come to the conference where you're able to interact with these business leaders. So those 1,500 came for the conference. And then last year we did it at the KICC. We had an amazing turnout of 2,200 young people. And it was a one-day event and around 150 exhibitors, young people in all sectors, from agribusiness to IT, guys in fashion, guys in the creatives. And so this time we want to do it bigger, a two-day event. So yes.
So what should we look out for this time, David Chalo? What should I expect as a first-time participant or a regular participant?
We'll be having different, very interesting dynamics in this particular event. The first thing will be our lineup of speakers. Apart from we'll bring both experienced business leaders that we have, the likes of Vimal Shah, Ezekiel Mutua. We have people in different sectors. And then we'll also bring young people who are doing amazing stuff that people don't know of. 25 and even younger. We even have up to 20 years old people who are doing business quite well. Then the next thing will be having industry talks. Industry talks, people talking about different, even fashion, getting a guru in fashion, talking to you about fashion, even manufacturing, somebody a guru in that particular sector talking to you about that. Then we'll be having now chats. Now those will be now B2B business, B2B sessions, whereby those SMEs of those young entrepreneurs interacting and exchanging ideas and seeing how they could collaborate. If you're in marketing and you're looking for a company to do your IT stuff, instead of going for an expensive company, how do you collaborate with these young company to do the work for you? Then the other thing will be having the exhibitions. The exhibitions will be having different categories. We'll cover all sectors from creatives to IT to manufacturing to agribusiness, all of those sectors. Then also we'll be having a biashara pitch. These will be a closed down meetings with business leaders. Then pitching your idea to these investors as well.
Oh, interesting. So an opportunity also for young people actually just to showcase what they can do, and also an opportunity even for them to get a linkage with a possible a targeted market in this case. What have some been the outcomes for the last about 4 years? Would you say that the particular cases that really stand out that has informed why this particular expo has been growing exponentially over the years?
I think the biggest need that we wanted to fill was that lack of information. Because a lot of young people don't know what it takes to be in business. Because one, you have an amazing idea, but then you don't know how to actualize it. Because you know a lot of young people who keep telling you, I want to do this. You know, in their mind, they have this huge, amazing idea, but then they don't know the nitty-gritties. How do I register a company? What are the legal requirements? Where do I get capital? How do I finance my ideas? So I think the biggest gap that we've been able to fill is to bring partners that help these young people to grow their enterprises. I'll give you an example. We are working with Youth Fund, whereby they're helping these young people to finance the LPOs that they get. So that is a huge plus for young people coming to the Expo. Number two, we are working with Kenya Film Classification Board. They are providing an exhibition space for guys in the creatives industry. These are guys in fashion, film, music, for free. So you're able to sell, you're able to know the legal requirements, so you're able to grow your business. Then we're also working with Kilimall, whereby they're helping young people to set up online shops. So at the end of the day, I think we could say that, one, the platform gives young entrepreneurs a place to market themselves. Because if you're from, let's say, Thika, you come to a place where you meet 3,000 young people, that is a huge market. At the same time, you interact with the business leaders, that is mentorship. You know, they say capital without mentorship is lost capital. So this is one of the most important things. We've had young people who pitched at the Expo, and now the enterprises are huge. And an example, there's Booze It Kenya. These are guys who came up with an app where they deliver alcohol. And now it's something huge. We have a lady called June Siowea. Now she's under top 40 under 40. She's only 22. We have Mr. Jack Munene. You know, he started a car tracking business. Now he's under top 40 under 40. So these are some of the success stories that we like to hear. And especially young people who move from being job seekers to job creators. Guys who stop sending their CVs and now start building their companies. I think that is the best feeling ever, to see someone tell you, hey, I came to your Expo. I didn't know what to do. Now I have like 5 employees. That just feels really good.
So what are some of the opportunities that we're looking at, especially for, you know, budding young entrepreneurs, David Charlo, based from your experience in terms of your interaction with a lot of these young people, and maybe some of the observations that you've made going forward?
Right now, young people should really take advantage of the current shift in our country. At least now people believe in young people, and even companies are looking into young people working for them. I'll give you an example. Me and Cephas are entrepreneurs in our own right to do events, and we've done quite a number of projects, big projects, that we didn't know we could do them until we tried them. For example, I can say this on air, I hope so. We did the first launch for Garden City Mall. That was a huge thing that we ever undertook for that. Also, we did we've done 3 events for World Bank. And I'm not saying this because I really want to know, like, it's because we couldn't know what we were capable of till we tried. And that's what most young people feel, because we live in this mentality that, wacha nifanye job 10 years, then quit, then start a business. It's still the same concept. Whether you quit after 10 years, doing a startup, it's just a startup. Whether you do it after 20 years or right now. So the best thing we'll do it right now when you're just 25, whether you're 20 or 28, when you still have those capacities. Right now,
it's never too early to start, yeah?
Right now we have banks giving good loans to businesses. We have government supporting young entrepreneurs. We have the UN looking into how they can plug in young people into achieving the SDGs. We have business leaders looking for ideas from young people. Actually, it's a big opportunity for young people. We just need to look and see what we are not seeing and tap into that. Because right now we have so many young people doing amazing stuff in this country.
All right. And maybe, Cephas, I would ask you, what are some of the typical challenges that face especially startups? Because people are green, and as you've already pointed it out, there are certain gaps that you have noticed in the market between training and the realities in the marketplace. So what are some of the challenges that face startups?
I think the biggest challenge has to be this mentality of you want to get rich tomorrow. So you do your first contract, you're given money, and then you think that all of it is profit. So you find guys did their first contract, and then the first thing they do is buy a Subaru. And so the next time you're asked to supply something, you don't have the money.
So you lack capacity.
Yeah? Exactly. Then secondly, a lot of these guys, they don't know about the legal procedures around a business. So like, you're given a contract, you supply goods, you never ask for an LPO, you never ask for an invoice. You know, you're working on goodwill and good faith. And then after some time, that's why you will always find young people saying, walikata kulipa. So because they don't know the legal requirements around supplies. So that is another gap in information. And then the most challenging one has to be in terms of capital. Like a lot of people have amazing ideas, but then they don't have the capital. And then we have this mentality that if I want to start, I must start really big. So we don't want to start small and then grow into enterprises. We want to be Vimal Shah tomorrow. We want to be Dashan Chandaria the other day. Instead of starting small and then growing it, you know.
Progressively.
Yeah, exactly. You get your profit, you apply it back, you take your time, you network, you make networks, you increase your markets. But instead we want, you know, I think we have that thing about us Kenyans, that we want instant money, instant fame. We want to grow in every day.
And
yeah.
I think it's just about typical of millennials. I
Yes.
want it and I want it now. So David,
Exactly.
maybe if I may ask, if I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a young person, I'd want to be part of this Young Entrepreneurs Expo. So what does it take then?
Actually, the attendance is free. What you just did, but we have limited space, first of all. So you just go to the website, www.youngentrepreneursexpo.co.ke. There's two portals. One for if you want to apply as a delegate. A delegate, we have slots of 2,500 not remaining. That's the capacity for 2 days. So already we have almost over half that have been applied. So we have limited capacity again. Then there's the other portal for the exhibitions. For exhibition, it's free for young entrepreneurs, not for corporates. So those are the two categories that you have: delegates and exhibitor.
So like for corporates, do they have space there for them to exhibit?
Yeah, we have room also for corporates who have products that focus on supporting businesses, SMEs, banks, insurance, NGOs, all those that have programs for young people. So, but that one we are charged. To get in touch with us, you just go to the website. There are contacts there. Info at youngentrepreneursexpo.co.ke or expo board at youngentrepreneursexpo.co.ke.
All right. So, any notable personalities that were expected to grace this occasion, especially in terms of mentorship?
Yes, we have like a very serious lineup. We have Mr. Dashan Chandaria, the CEO of Chandaria Industries. We're expecting Mr. Vimal Shah, the CEO of Expo Africa. Mr. Dennis Makori, he's the CEO of On Media, very young guy. We have Mr. Ezekiel Mutua, the CEO of Kenya Film Classification Board. Mr. Ronnie Osumba, the current chairman of the Youth Fund. We're expecting Mrs. Julie Gishuru, Mr. Laban Onditi, and Mr. Kiprono Kitoni, who are the chairman and vice chair of Kenya National Chamber of Commerce. And then we have amazing ladies from June Siowea. We have Mr. Karaoke Maina, the CEO of Savannah Internet Group. We have Norbert Mboro. There are so many. Yeah. I wish I can share with you the poster.
I mean, it's going to really be a full house, eh?
Yes.
So lots of opportunities, especially for young people, to interact with a lot of these notable people. So thank you very much, Cephas Gathii and David Chala for coming through. All the very best with the Young Entrepreneurs Expo.
Okay.
Do you have like an age in terms of cutoff?
Yes, we want guys between the ages of 20 and 30.
All right.
Yes.
So some of us are relatively elder.
Well, you can come to be a mentor, so you're very much welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, we had David Gathii, David Gathii is the Presbyterian bishop. Cephas Gathii and David Chalo from the Young Entrepreneurs Hub. They're organizing the Young Entrepreneurs Expo, an opportunity for budding entrepreneurs to come and learn from the very best in the industry, exchange ideas, get those linkages between yourselves and the market, funding and all that. So that's going to be an offer there. So you just want to make a point of doing that. So you can just check out their website. That's Young Entrepreneurs Expo.co.ke. All right. Let's now hand over to Amina, who's standing by on the other side of the